Day trading sounds exciting with lots of opportunity. However, if you don't want to deal with the ups and downs and pain of day trading, then you need to watch this video. This is the SPY-T B trade. SPY-T trading offers amazing opportunities just like day trading. However, it doesn't eat into your most valuable asset, which is your time. There are three parts to the SPY-T options trade. And the first one is the one that doesn't take all of your time. It's an overnight swing trade. You may have seen another video about SPY-T trading, and it probably talked about this next part, a 2-to-1 ratio. However, in this video, I'm talking about a totally different ratio. Rather than the 2-to-1 call to put ratio, and if you'd like to hear more about that, I'll hook up that video at the end of this video so you can learn more about it, because there are times where that is the better way to go. But my preferred method right now is the 2-to-1 ratio, as it has to do with premiums. Meaning, if I buy a call, say for $5, then my put would be $2.50 or thereabouts. I'll talk more about those ratios in a moment, as well as three things you really need to look out for when implementing a SPY-T trade. But next, I want to talk about our indicator. Now, you can use any indicator you want. However, the one I recommend you don't use is, of course, this one. Looks like an up day. Yeah, a lot of indicators are kind of like that, just flipping a coin. But we use the SPY Tomorrow indicator, which is free over at spytomorrow.com. It's posted right after the market closes. Now, if you want the information before the market closes or the expanded data, of course, you can become a member. And of course, my favorite part is you can talk with me and other members and ask questions about your trades in the SPY chat. I refer to this trade as the SPY-T B trade as compared to the SPY-T A trade that you may be familiar with in the other videos. The SPY-T A trade would have a 2-to-1 ratio also, except you'd buy 2 calls to 1 put, or 2 puts to 1 call if the indicator said market was going down. And if the SPY Tomorrow confidence level is high enough, maybe you can do a directional trade, except use a smaller position size. This is how the SPY-T B trade is different from the A trade. The A trade generally uses the same strike price. And again, you'd buy 2 calls to the 1 put or 2 puts to the 1 call. The SPY-T B trade, you would buy, say, 1 call if the market was going up based on the indicators, buy 1 call maybe just in the money or just out of the money, and then buy a put at about half the price. And I found that the option expiration date should be around 4 to 7 days. Any earlier you can get burned, and trust me, I have. Burned as in the SPY Tomorrow indicator was correct, we were pointing in the right direction, and we still lost 25%. Which leads me to some things you need to look out for. Your biggest enemy is time. And that's why the weekend trade is not working as well with the SPY-T B option. Now, directional and even the SPY-A can work all right over the weekend, but the SPY-T B just doesn't seem to hold up. But it is an excellent overnight trade. And I find that the downside risk is actually pretty good in situations in which the SPY Tomorrow indicator is wrong. And usually it's wrong because there has been changes in the market mood overnight. Usually because of economic news or political news, something happened around the world. The SPY Tomorrow indicator doesn't predict the future. It shows you what the pressure is before the market close, and that generally correlates to the market open the next day. However, if something happens between now and then, all bets are off. And when that happens, you want to protect yourself, and that's why we have that hedge. And it does limit the downside in most situations to, again, about 5%. It depends on how you play it, how far out your expiration is. There are many different factors, but you need to be prepared in those situations. You need to understand what you're going to do when everything goes right, and you need to understand what you're going to do when everything goes wrong. You need to look out for volatility. When volatility is high, premiums are also high. But if volatility starts to crash down, well, then your premiums will go down quickly. So in some situations, even if you're right, you may not make as much money. However, when volatility is going up, you just might make more than you think. But volatility understanding its direction and how fast it's moving is really important to preserve your profits. One of the advantages of SPY trading is also an advantage that helps prevent the collapse of your portfolio, and that has to do with emotion. Emotion will take most traders down, and that's why most day traders don't get very far, because of the emotion making all of these decisions. Which direction, flipping that coin, is this indicator working? Which indicator do I follow during the day? And until you get a good setup and understand how to be consistent as a day trader, that emotional pain will drive your trades and lead you to ruin, quite honestly. And that's the nice thing about SPY trading, because it's overnight. Once you place that trade, there's really nothing you can do until the next morning. And if you're a beginning trader, you probably just want to get out of your trade first thing in the morning. However, you can make more money with your trade because you have a call and a put. No matter what direction the market's going, you still have an opportunity to sell one of them and ride the other. And I'm going to have some more videos on how I do that, maybe some of the indicators that I use. It can be very helpful. It can extend your wins or decrease your losses. Now that is more like day trading. It's just one last trade to close you out, but as you get more strategic, you can increase your profits. There are three parts to SPY trading: the overnight swing trade, the 2-to-1 options ratio, and of course using our very specific indicator over at spytomorrow.com. Hey, but I'm curious, what indicators do you like best? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.